Do you think your dog has forgiven everything just because they still wag their tail every day? I get it. We love our dogs like family. But sometimes it's the smallest things we do that leave silent wounds in their hearts. What really chokes me up is this. There are actions that, even if your dog doesn't whine, cry, or walk away, still hurt them deeply, and they never forget. Today, I want to share with you 14 things your dog will never forgive, even if you're the one they love most. Some of them might surprise you. Some may even make you feel guilty. But don't worry. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help you understand better, love deeper, and start making changes right now. If you truly love your dog with all your heart and always want to find better ways to understand, protect, and bond with them, then you're in the right place. I share videos like this every week, so if you find this content helpful, hit that subscribe button, because even one small change today might heal an old hurt in your dog's heart. Here's something many people don't realize. When you punish your dog by skipping a meal over a small mistake, you're planting a seed of confusion and fear in their heart. Dogs don't think like humans. They don't understand why their usual food is missing today. They don't know what they did wrong or why you're so mad that you'd take away their most basic need. All they know is they're waiting, with sad, worried eyes and a growling, hungry stomach. We think we're teaching them, but in truth, we're breaking the fragile trust they give us every single day. And if you've ever hit your dog, even just once, even just a light smack to teach a lesson, please stop. No matter how small the hit, no matter how much you think it's for their own good, the result is always the same: fear. Dogs don't understand pain as a form of love. They only feel fear from the very person they trust the most. They shrink away, shake, and avoid you, not because they've learned a lesson, but because they're trying to protect themselves. Each strike becomes an invisible scratch on the bond you share, a gap that may never fully close. Have you ever yelled at your dog really loudly? Maybe just because they peed in the wrong place, knocked something over, or simply got in your way on a bad day. To a dog, sound is not just noise, it's pure energy. One angry shout feels like an emotional earthquake. With hearing far more sensitive than ours, every time you raise your voice, it's a storm in their soul. They don't understand your words, but they feel every wave of anger in your breath, your eyes, your body. And the saddest part is, you may forget the yelling, but your dog won't. Their heart might still tremble every time you enter the room. That pain runs even deeper when your dog feels unwell, tired, in pain, or just off, and you delay taking them to the vet, thinking they'll probably be fine. Dogs can't speak, so often their suffering is underestimated. But if you've ever looked into the eyes of a sick dog that hasn't gotten help in time, you'll know. That look isn't just exhaustion. It's despair, like a child being left behind. One moment of being abandoned in pain can leave a scar that lasts forever, not because they're angry at you, but because they believed you were the one who would protect them. There are also times when you unintentionally push your dog into uncomfortable social situations, forcing them to meet strangers, shoving them into someone's arms, or letting people hug or touch them without checking how your dog feels. Some dogs growl or cower, not because they're aggressive, but because their personal space is being violated. They're not asking you to take someone's side, they're asking you to save them. Every time you ignore their signals, they feel more alone in a crowded room, and that hurts more than any punishment ever could. We make changes in our lives that feel normal, moving houses, changing routines, shifting sleep arrangements. But to a dog, these aren't small changes. They're earth-shattering. They don't understand why their favorite spot is gone, or why the usual morning walk didn't happen. Every unexpected shift is a shock to their system. Without gentle preparation, these changes leave behind emotional scars, lost appetite, unusual behavior, or just quiet withdrawal that you can't explain. And if you think the crate is your dog's safe space, make sure it's not a prison. A crate is only safe when built with love, not punishment. If you yell at your dog and then lock them in, you're not creating boundaries, you're creating fear. What should be a cozy den becomes a symbol of abandonment. A dog kept crated too long, too often, or only when they've done wrong will soon associate that space with isolation, not safety. You might see them lying still, but inside, their spirit is curling up in sadness. And if you think, well, as long as I'm not hitting or crating, I'm doing okay, there's one thing many pet parents still overlook: not taking your dog out for a daily walk. To us, it's optional. To them, it's essential, physically and emotionally. Those little noses don't just want to sniff, they need to explore. Each walk is a bond-building ritual, a celebration of your connection. Missing it means they sit in silent restlessness, slowly losing their spark. Over time, they grow distant, disconnected, irritable, because deep down, they're slipping away from you without a sound. Have you noticed how sometimes, just because you're tired, stressed, or busy, you go the whole day without speaking to your dog? No play, no name-calling, no eye contact. To us, it's just a quiet day. To them, it's isolation. Dogs live for connection. Being ignored, even without punishment, is an emotional sentence. Some dogs wait all day for just a gentle pet. And if day after day goes by in silence, that small heart slowly withers from feeling forgotten. Even worse, when silence is broken by sudden, seemingly harmless actions. A light slap on the rear during play, a frustrated pat when you're annoyed. You didn't mean to hurt them, but to a creature that lives on alert, even light touch can feel like danger. Every unexpected gesture makes them wonder, will this hand still be kind next time? Eventually, they'll keep their distance, not because they don't love you, but because they're not sure it's safe anymore. And it gets worse if you forget that dogs need real rest, not just laying there. Some people think keeping their dog active non-stop is love. But just like us, dogs need silence, deep sleep, mental recovery. A dog who's always being woken up, constantly being called, or disturbed when resting, can fall into chronic stress, insomnia, irritability, and even confusion. Loving a dog doesn't mean being with them every second. It means knowing when to let them be. Have you ever noticed that when you argue or curse near your dog, they quietly slip away into a corner? They don't know the words, but they feel the energy, and angry energy hits them like a wave. Each outburst, no matter who it's aimed at, shakes their sense of safety. You might forget it in a minute, but your dog remembers. They carry emotions like water stains on wood, silent but never gone. All of this only gets harder if your daily routine is all over the place. One day you play for an hour, the next day you ignore them. This week you walk them every evening, next week you skip 3 days. One day breakfast is at 7, the next at noon. That inconsistency leaves dogs confused, like living in a world with no map. They don't need perfection, they just need consistency. Because stability tells them, this life is something I can count on. And finally, the one small act that might seem harmless but is truly damaging: tail pulling. To some, it's a joke. To kids, it's curiosity. But to a dog, that tail is part of their spine, a nerve-packed extension of their body. Every tug, pull, or twist, no matter how gentle, can cause real pain. Some dogs have even suffered nerve damage or trouble walking afterward. But beyond the physical pain, it's a violation. It's violence. It's the kind of thing that no amount of apologies can erase. If you love your dog, teach everyone around you that tails are not toys. See, love isn't just about food or toys. It's in every tiny detail: the look you give, the choice you make, the moment you choose patience over anger. And if you've read this far, that means you truly care. And I believe your dog is one of the luckiest souls alive. If you want to keep learning, loving better, and building a bond with your dog like a true soulmate, hit that subscribe button now. Every week, I'll be here, sharing more things that you and your dog deserve to know. See you in the next video, because the journey of becoming your dog's best companion never really ends.